Guys.
45 and 43. For Bedford. He's missing his 45, but he's running 43. Thank you.
It's been hard for me. Sit out here, check one dribble, and do a
Good afternoon. Welcome to TV 20 WLCS. I'm Don Vincent, joined by Jay Ferguson. Good
to see you, Don.
It's been a while since we've had the opportunity to work together.
Yes, it has.
But today we've got freshman guys to start things off. The guys come in at 2-6 on the season, struggling a little bit. We don't know much about this Bearcat squad other than the fact that this was one of Lorain's wins earlier in the season, right?
About a week ago. I had the game, and it was a down to the wire. Lorain held on by 4, which was their first win since they've had a win at Maple Heights. But they've been competitive in a lot of games.
Bedford playing all of its games on the road right now because of some gym problems, so they are back in town again. Long shot early on. That was Dwayne Mosley, unable to hit that one. Ball bounced out of bounds.
Had the Varsity not had COVID problems, Bedford was going to have their senior night tonight here.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Well, how do you? And it would be tough to do a senior night again on the road, as far away as you could probably get in the conference. Plus
and no
moms
fans.
and dads, we're going to be in attendance. Here's the Bearcats' first possession of the ball game. A work inside to the elbow. They'll swing it around, but he didn't even get you the starters. We'll have to back up on that. Long shot outside's not going to happen that time for Jalen Bethea. Rebound comes down to the Titans. Little bit of a run out. Here we go. Josh Evans rolls it off the back of the rim. Coach, that's one of the things that drives coaches nuts. You got to lay up. You got to finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is speechless. I know.
Yeah, no, this is a team that's growing, I guess is the best way to put it. Last night they got overwhelmed in the second quarter by Cleveland Heights. They were competitive. They were up 12-10 at the end of one, and they lost the second quarter 29-8. And it was all on run-out layups. First basket for Bedford there, number 12, Jalen Bethea.
Bethea's taken both of their shots early on here. There's a turnover by the Titans, and here come the Bearcats right back at it. Bethea seems to be their go-to guy right now.
Absolutely he is.
Good look inside. Nice block inside as well. Want to pick up the number on that block. Josh Evans got a swat on that. It'll come right back out top. Shanlin tries to go inside. Another shot blocked by this very aggressive Titan defense.
Caden Thomas, who is a work in progress, but the big guy is really coming along. Had him early in the season, and just he didn't know which end was up a little bit, and you can tell the amount of work he's put in. His offensive game has come on.
Well, and that's part of the deal with young big guys. It takes time to grow into that body.
Absolutely it does. And this COVID, these guys have been shut down a couple times with COVID.
Here's the shot outside. Not going to happen. Saved back in bounds, but it'll be a Bearcat ball. And here come Bedford. Slow start to this one in terms of scoring. Shot inside there, and there's your big guy rebound. Caden goes up and brings that one down nicely.
You know, in this year where everything is so weird, this gym is so quiet that there's nothing to feed off of.
It's so odd, and I think in teams like Lorain in particular that just thrive off of the crowd at all levels.
Yes.
It impacts them even more, and at home and or away. I mean, sometimes a team like that will thrive even off the negative energy coming from an opposite home crowd.
Nice cut.
Agreed. Taking right back out top, though. Unable to get the shot. Spin move into the lane, off the glass, up and in.
Jai Walton?
Yes, sir. Jai with a good defense as well.
He's going to get another one.
Yeah, there you go. Finishes that one. So he's got all of Lorain's points right now. They're up 4-2. pretty quick-moving first quarter. Gets a little deceptive because I haven't done freshman ball for a while. You know, look for that longer clock, but might have been able to.
We haven't had a whistle. That's part of it.
I was going to say, exactly.
I don't want to jinx us, but.
You probably just did. There's the announcer jinx right there. Ball out top, ball still loose. Getting after it is Rouser. He'll pick it up near midcourt and go with the right-hand dribble off to the right side. Mosley there. Just going to start calling out some names to make sure we get everybody in here because not sure we've talked about quite everybody. Mosley kicks it back out top. And after the Titans had a decent start because they were in transition, they get into this half court and there's not as much movement, although they pick it up here and get a good-looking shot. Walton
that's part of their timing with their offense is just not there yet. They've got good movement, but it's not always with a purpose.
And if it sounds like we're being hypercritical, I don't think that's the idea. I think there's potential, and we both see it in this squad. It's a matter of bringing that potential to the forefront.
Absolutely.
Here comes Walton. Another little run out, gets a little bit of a shoulder bump. Oh. There's your whistle. They're going to give it to him.
There's the NBA.
Nice.
That was a heck of a finish. Coming back with the right hand.
And a couple of subs here will come in before the shot. Cameron Bybee will report in for Bedford. And let's see, Reginald Johnson trots onto the floor.
Yeah.
Who else came on for the Titans?
We've got one still for the shooter.
Well, welcome to all the fans from Bedford as well. We know you're probably tuning in as well at the WLCS TV 20. Good to have you along.
Yeah, this has been the good about this experience has been the ability to bring live action to people at home.
Agreed. Absolutely.
And Joe Bach does it as well as anybody.
Well, we did a game on from my radio side a few weeks ago, and I was stunned. Joe was sharing numbers as we went through. I mean, and the people that are tuning in really appreciate all that support for the teams, and I think for the work that we do here with TV20 and Joe Bach as well. There's another whistle, and we're going to get a timeout on the court, and that's an unhappy coach over on the Lorain High side.
I think the whistle sounded when nobody had the ball. I think that's what he was saying. They don't have it, is I thought what I heard.
Will be a 30-second timeout with 2:13 remaining in the first quarter. 7-2 in favor of the Titans, and all 7 of those points belong to Walton.
The pace of this game is much more to the Titans' liking than last night when Cleveland Heights had them. It was a racehorse-style game, and they leaked out every time Lorain shot the ball. They had somebody beyond half court looking for a layup, and the Titans never really adjusted to it. And then when Cleveland Heights extended their defense last night, Lorain's issues with passing and catching, some frustration set in, but this pace is much more to their liking right now with where they're at in their development.
Right. And it's not as though they're playing exclusively a half-court ball game, but it's not a racetrack out there either. You're not running hundreds up and down the court.
Yeah, Cleveland Heights last night did everything they could not to play in the half court.
That's the skill set. It's almost the genetics of that team.
Absolutely. And of course, both of these teams have had their COVID issues. We were talking before about the varsity seedings, and Bedford's varsity has only played 7 games, and of course they won't be here tonight.
And that's unfortunate. I was looking forward to this ball game, and I'm disappointed we're not going to be able to see it, but it's good to see the younger guys out there as Reginald Johnson works up court, crosses over, flips it up with the right hand, rolls it off the back of the rim. Rebound comes down to the Bearcats. That's Bybee with the ball. He'll just trot up court. I'm looking over at Brandon Teskey, the coach for Bedford that just called the timeout. Now, you're kind of connected. It's like 2 degrees of separation here, right?
Brandon Teskey's cousin, John, who played 4 years at the University of Michigan, I coached him his first 3 years in high school down in Medina. So, yeah, with a little bit of that, the connection. And when I read the name last week when I saw Bedford, the body type is identical. John's just a little bit bigger because he's 7'1", but his dad was 6'9", so.
Good gosh. Yeah. Talk about genetics.
Yeah.
There's where that works. Ball goes off the hands of the Bearcats. 126 remaining in the first quarter. Still 7-2. Get a sub in here, I think. Martise Herman will report in, and sitting down will be Dwayne Mosley.
You know, the Titan bench is a little bit short, and we do want to send out some condolences to Xavier Rivera, one of the freshman players who's not here. Xavier's grandma passed away this morning for complications of COVID. And
get a player control
so
foul out
our
on the
sympathies
court, but
go to the Xavier Rivera family.
That's a shame.
This disease is everywhere.
Yeah, and you just, it's kind of an understatement. You hate to hear that, but I mean, it just seems to hurt a little bit more right now. Just a minute remains in this first quarter. Long shot outside, comes up short. Rebound collected by Johnson. Sends it up top, and that should go over and back. Yep, there's the whistle. I was actually watching some of the archives that Joe has up on YouTube last night.
Didn't have fun?
Oh, man. I watched the last game at the Old Southview Gym.
Yeah.
And there was an over and back controversial call in that one. It just kind of brought that right back to me.
I remember that, yeah.
From the left elbow, jumper, rattles around before it falls through. Rouser knocks it down.
Rouser's pretty skilled.
It's a good-looking shot. Good stop on that corner. Across the timeline was Shanlin. He'll get it back at the top of the key. Floater off the glass. No. Big
nice
rebound.
Outlet.
There we go. Johnson gets it at the other end, puts it off the glass. May have gotten a little bit of a bump, but not enough for the officials to tweet. But I agree with you. The key there is the rebound and getting that pass out quick.
Well, he kept the ball up high and just let it go with two hands, Wes Unseld style.
Oh, my. There you go again with the overhead pass.
For those of you that don't know who Wes Unseld is, he played when the shorts were short.
Oh, boy, now I do need a break. We'll take one right now at the end of the first quarter, 9-2 in favor of Lorain High. We'll be back right after this. West.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
9-2 is your count at the end of the first quarter. Takes us into the second quarter. And, Jay, just kind of thinking about that 2 points allowed, is that a reflection of Lorain's defense? Is that a struggle on the Bedford side offensively?
I think it's a combination of three things: Bedford's offense, Lorain's defense, and the energy in this room.
Good point. Really good point. Lorain High will take the ball away, work down to their offensive side. There's a whistle, and since we said there have been no whistles, I think we prompted three or four now.
I've tried to teach classes that were louder than this.
It is deafeningly silent.
There's no freshman cheerleaders. I don't know if the JV will have cheerleaders later, but even that serves to pick up a little bit of the energy.
Right. Salomon takes the ball inside, gets a little bit of a bump, and I think he'll go to the line for a couple.
John Solomon is an energy player for this team. He does a lot of the little things. With a full roster, he's the guy that backs up Caden Thomas.
Gotcha.
But you see there's only three over there on the bench, so he's being asked to do a little bit more.
And that does create challenges. And, yeah, I know the freshman games are a little bit shorter, but there's a reason that they're a little bit shorter, and fatigue still takes its toll. Misses both of those. Ball goes out of bounds on the rebound. Lorain High will hold on to it. Caden's doing a nice job pivot there.
He can put that on the floor.
Second shot attempt, no. A little bit of a run out for Bethea here. Works it to the left side, forces it up with the left hand, and there's another big rebound by Caden Thomas. Well, it's his fourth or fifth.
And came down the length of the floor and jumped to the ball.
So, all right, so talk about why that's significant. There's a coaching point.
There is a very definite coaching point there. It's easy to get the ball when the ball comes to you. You've got to, the hard rebounds are when you have to go to the ball, and that's what Caden Thomas did on that last rebound. And on this last free throw, he did a nice job sliding around and getting the inside position.
So there's a free throw connected by Dwayne Mosley, his first point of the ball game. First point of this second quarter for either squad. Almost another rebound, but you're going to get a travel that time, as Thomas was a little bit off balance.
But again, went to the ball, went into the middle of the lane and got it around the box out.
So if you're young and you're watching, pay attention to what Coach is talking about here.
And the other thing he does very well is he goes after the ball with two hands.
Right, always. And that's become almost a trend in basketball of late. One of my former partners on the radio side, who's now back on the bench in Wellington as an assistant coach, Jim Baker, would always talk about exactly that. Get both hands, make both hands available.
Yes. Pass and catch with two hands.
That's it.
You can't fake a one-hand pass, and it's very difficult to catch it with one hand.
Shot missed inside. Well, you coaches all have the same talking points.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for it.
I was going to say, you're right about that. Nice rebound right there.
Fast break opportunity, good pass, little pump fake. Nice shot off the glass that time for Josh Evans. And I'll let you elaborate on this a little bit. I mean, one of the things that I think Lorain High is doing is getting to the point really well, both offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. They seem to have found some energy that Bedford hasn't yet found. And so you can see it in the way they're walking, and I'm going to credit part of that to John Salmon and the energy he brought off the bench. He went after a couple of loose balls and stepped in and tried to make some defensive plays, and he just brings an energy and that's what it takes, is one guy that you can feed off of.
Well, it makes a difference.
Unfortunately for young kids, everybody knows who scored the most points. Mm-hmm. And if you pick up the newspaper, that's what you read about in the paper for a varsity game. And basketball's 5 guys, and the leading scorer needs 4 other people. And that doesn't get the recognition, the dirty work sometimes. And it's what it takes to have a good team.
Well, you and I were talking about that a little bit earlier before we started this game in terms of Lorain High's varsity, in terms of how all right, when this guy's on the bench, who steps up? And how do we incorporate those guys when maybe your number one is down?
That's so much. The same things have to be done no matter who's on the court if you're going to win.
Another fast break opportunity. No look pass over behind his head that time. Almost the assist for Josh Evans. That was pretty spectacular. But the second opportunity for Jai Walton is good. He's got 9.
It was Salmon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Appreciate the correction there. Want to get it right.
I just crediting Jim Allen. That's who I heard.
Never mess with the Admiral. That's all I know. Had a really good time doing that show with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had an opportunity.
I've heard parts of it online, but 50 years.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
And still, I mean, as active and as energetic as ever. 4:23 remains in the first half here. The freshman ball game, 14-2. Ball
Nice
goes down.
cut.
Inside. Yeah. Boy, a lot of good hustle by the Titans right now.
That was a great effort and a great look here.
Getting it down court, and we'll leave the shot a little bit short. Walton got a little bit of a bump on his way to the hole, but
That's, there's a skill development point there. A couple times they've missed with the right hand on the left side for the layup.
as soon as you started saying I put my left hand up in the air, I was like, I know where he's going. Nice little take inside, little running jumper for Bethea. It's not going to happen. Gets his rebound back, gets a shot blocked, but
That's interesting.
a little bit of contact will send him to the line.
And they gave it to Thomas.
It's only,
That's their Lorain's third foul.
third? Yeah. Bethea's got the lone basket for Bedford this afternoon. Not liking the hoop at that end of the gym, I got to tell you.
Yeah. And as I look back at my score sheet from last week, it was Lorain 26-22 at the half over Bedford. There's another nice two-handed rebound.
He's putting some work in. I think you can see that. A little loss of concentration there, and the ball will slip out of bounds. It's the other fun part of this. You can hear all the chatter.
Yeah.
There's another takeaway, fast break opportunity. Give it, get wrapped up, and lose the ball. The idea was good.
Yep.
Push on the other end, up with the left hand that time, but no.
Now,
ball loose.
I'm going to pick a nit here. The two guys that were involved in that collision never crossed half court, which is why they're down there.
Yep. Oh, nice step that time defensively. A great takeaway by Rouser. The putback gives him 4 points.
You're going to make physical mistakes, but you've got to recover and play at both ends.
That's it. The lane shot no for Bethea again, but he will have another opportunity to go to the line. They're going to get Walton on the foul. 14 fouls apiece, which honestly, with less than 3 minutes remaining in the half, ain't so bad.
No. Now, Bethea last week played both in the freshman and JV game. So he's on the roster again, and we'll see him later, I'm going to guess.
I don't think he's come off the court, has he?
I don't know, but they've also changed that rule now.
Do you know what it is exactly?
I think it's just a total number of quarters for the year. And when you've only played 6 games, that's not an issue.
Maybe you're going to be okay. He'll hit both of those free throws. And now a little bit of full court pressure.
Good job.
Always liked against pressure, getting your big guy up near the logo in the middle of the floor.
And get the ball to the middle of the court.
Yeah. Out to the right side. Solomon takes a drive. A little reverse layup. Up off the glass and in.
Nicely done.
He's got 4 now. He's putting together a nice half.
Yeah. He's tied with Bedford.
Boy, there's another takeaway for the Titans. The hand on that was Johnson. Tips it into the hands of Caden Thomas. It's the long and the short of things.
Yeah.
On top, Johnson takes the layup, leaves it a little bit short into the front of the rim. Rebound collected by Bedford, and here we go the other way. Long shot outside, no. What are you counting for Thomas? Is that 6 or 7 rebounds?
He's got a bunch. And there's Salmon out ahead again.
Putting the work in, and it pays off. That will result in a 30-second timeout.
Look at the body language between the two teams
going
to that timeout. Lorain found that energy. Bedford hasn't, and the result is 20-4.
Do you wonder about, for Bedford? You got to take a little bit of a road trip. They didn't get here much before warm-up started, so there's no, kind of getting your feet under you. Is timing that big a deal?
Well, it's a little bit of everything with young kids. Lorain just beat us. Oh, we got to go play them again at their place again. It was they're not thinking it's a 4-point game. Could have gone either way. We just, they beat us. It's Saturday. We slept in. We got to get on a bus. It was cold. It's not going. The ball's not bouncing our way. It's hard to get up and get some energy here. And the Titans seem to have found that a little bit with the pressure defense and the rebounding.
We'll see if the Bearcats can mount a response here. They've got 4 points in this first half with less than 2 minutes remaining. It's atypical. There's another takeaway by the Titans. Another opportunity for Rouser going the other way, and another right-handed shot. The follow and the putback is good for John Solomon. He's got 8.
Cleaning up the mess again.
All of those 8 points in this second quarter.
Okay. 6 quarters a day is the answer. Thank you, Brian Corey. Somebody's out in the lobby watching us.
Paying attention. And that's another thing we talked about with the potential rule with more than one game in a day. And
right.
Then you got to start counting those quarters. It gets a little.
Well, that would be. Wow, you have a half, big fella.
Yeah, no kidding. He's up in double digits. And with an opportunity for the and one.
Well, that's a question. As you said, if you're allowed to play 2 games in one day, that's 8 quarters.
Yeah.
And, Brian sent me the link, and what he said is 6 quarters a day on 22 total dates. So, I don't know how that applies.
Maybe we need to have him up here and
Brian, if you're out there, send me another message.
Or just walk on up here. Come on up.
Yeah, that would.
We've got the mic sanitizer. We'll clean one up for you. We can just have the conversation. Ball loose, picked up. Johnson on the push off that right side, flips it up off the glass. No. Follow up that time by Walton, unable to finish there. Rebound comes down. Bedford on their own little bit of a run out with less than a minute, and you're going to get a block. And the idea was probably not bad. The execution,
that was close. If they'd have called that a charge, I wouldn't have said it was a bad call either.
Right.
It was right there, and I like that the benefit of the doubt goes to the offensive player. Because quite honestly, it's getting too easy to draw a charge in some levels of basketball.
Any level in particular you want to talk about? Open for him, Coach.
The college game is really bad.
It is,
and they have the arc.
True.
But
second shot was a no-go, but an offensive rebound on the long rebound for Bedford. 38, 37, 36 seconds remaining. Shot in the lane, no, but a foul. The Bethea will go to the free throw line again. That's going to be his 5th and 6th trip here just in this quarter.
Yeah, he is by far their most skilled player.
He's got all 4 of their points. 5. Sub comes in. Josh Evans will report back in. He's got 2 points in the ball game thus far for Lorain High. Well, the Bethea is now starting to stroke him from the free throw line. Works outside, gets it back at the top of the key.
There's where things are going well. Solomon got poked away from behind, and it went right to another Titan. A little Reginald Johnson with a hoop.
His first basket of the ball game. Every shot he puts up is pretty much challenged. And I think we got a little bit of a jammed finger down here along the sideline as Walton kind of trots to the other end of the court with a wince on his face. Long inbounds pass, finds Bethea. Wants to work to the top, sends it outside. 3 ball off the glass, not going to happen. 3 seconds remaining. Oh my. Good try there by Johnson, unable to finish, but the first half pretty successful for the Titans, 27-6.
And you know what, I can see the difference in Coach Clark's body language as he's taking the kids in. He was so frustrated last night because they played so well early and things just went south so quick. But today he's got a solid effort and the results to go with it.
And you just want to see a second half like the first half. So we'll find out if that's going to happen. We'll take a little bit of a break. When we do come back, it'll be third quarter action, 27-6 at the half. We'll be right back on WLCS TV 20.
Spread out. You gotta make sure, you can't go out for top. You can't play Hey, come on.
7 minutes up on the clock here at Lorain High School as we move into the second half of freshman basketball. Lorain High up at the half, 27-6 over Bedford. And we'll get things started on the offensive end for Lorain High. Don Vincent along with Jay Ferguson, as at the half we've been munching around with the playoffs.
Yeah.
We may even get some more input from Brian Corey here on this, and we'll kind of talk about your quick math over here in just a second. Boy, strong take inside that time by Thomas, unable to finish. Rebound comes down to the Titans. Put back by Jai Walton. Not going to go, but he's going to go to the line for a couple.
This is a real undersized Bedford team. And, you know, they tried to go to a zone to open the second half, and that makes the box-out matchups a little bit more tricky. And Lorain benefits with a few offensive rebounds.
And the only guy, that, at least on my roster, that's moving up from the freshman squad onto the JV squad is Bethea. So it's not like a bunch of these guys are seeing upper-level action either. Nice couple of free throws by Walton that time. That'll take him up to 9 points in the ball game and bump the lead out a little bit further. Jumper outside, not going to happen. Following your own shot a little bit, but the putback is short as well for Streeter. Ball go out of bounds and stay with the Bearcats on their offensive end.
Bethea is over in the back row of the bench, and looks like he's just sitting waiting. That we probably won't see him at least this quarter.
I think we even got a little bit more clarification on that whole 2 games versus 1 game and quarters and all of that. So we're going to have to touch back on that as well. Those are good answers by our athletic director, Brian Corey. Nice, strong rebound underneath again by Caden Thomas. Another moment there where you lose focus a little bit. Of course, the tape on the hand not helping a whole lot either. We talked about that at the second quarter.
That's the thumb he jammed in the second quarter.
All kind of comes around. Working forward was Shanlin. Sends it out top, running jumper.
Nice finish.
Got it. He's got all 8 of Bedford's points in this ball game.
Step in 3.
Nice job stepping into that and putting it up in rhythm. This is the key to any 3-ball shooter's shot. Another take in the lane that time. It's going to roll off the rim for Bethea. Fast break opportunity. Nice. Boy, that's like a magic pass.
That was really nicely done.
Walton with 11 points now.
Mosley with that 60-foot bounce pass.
Kind of an overhand baseball pass, but put it right on the money on the bounce. Foul's going to be called on the floor. Inside, looks like they're going to get the big guy, Thomas.
Titans are getting caught turning their heads on defense, and right now I think that they've determined in their mind the outcome of this game, and the concentration is lagging.
Well, it's easy to do when you're up by a bunch and you're holding the team to 8 points. I kind of get it, but that's also one of the things you've got to guard against. Another rebound for Thomas.
Another long diagonal.
Boy, he got it and one. Strong take underneath, and it started with exactly that pass. So let's go back and talk about how that sets up that shot.
Isaiah Rouser that time. First off, nice job with Thomas getting the ball, and again, getting it over his head and getting it out to his right to Rouser, and running the floor clear on the opposite side was Jai Walton, and Rouser looked ahead and saw him and completed the long diagonal. Anytime you know, one of the things you always want to do in any offense is reverse the ball through the middle, get it from one side to another, because defenses can't guard everything.
And you'll help yourself if you're looking up court instead of looking to your side.
Absolutely.
They'll tie up, jump ball, alternate possession will go the way of the Bearcats. A little bit less than 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. I'm just trying to, I'm watching the body language of Brandon Chesky, the Bedford coach, as this guy's commit another turnover and results in another shot by Walton. He's got 16.
Well, the right thumb is feeling better.
I guess it is. There's another whistle and another foul on the Titans. Should be foul number 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, Martise Herman that time. He of the pink sneakers.
They are noticeable.
Yes.
A little poke away is going to result in almost a takeaway. And you're going to get a kick out there. Quick feet that time by Evans.
That was really athletic. Not only did he kick it, but he caught it.
Right back to himself. Does he play soccer? I mean,
not this year.
Good point.
We just heard at half the, oops.
Ooh, yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, in a close game.
Right.
We heard at halftime Jim Allen telling us that John Salmon comes to Lorain as a very highly regarded football prospect as a running back. Of course, he didn't get the opportunity to showcase that this fall, but he's done a good job here, and it's going to come back.
Well, I hope we get the opportunity to see him play in the future.
Yep. Okay, now do we have 5 or okay? We've got 6.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well maybe. Yeah, you got too many guys on the court there.
Okay, and the reason was you don't sub until between the free throws. That was the confusion.
One had walked out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right.
Yeah, we're one over.
Are we reporting in or not?
We're running an overload. This is our 1, 2, 3 press.
That free throw is good. Shanlin gets on the board.
Nice pass, Reginald Johnson, and Salmon gets another one.
Well, and here you go, kind of changing of the guards. The scorers tonight have been Walton and Solomon. So, you know, I think, let me see. So Walton put up 9 in this third quarter thus far. Now Solomon's got to get into the game.
Yeah, well, he just, I mean, was been on one trip down the court and outran everybody, and they're going to call a timeout because of it. And you can just see the looking at the Lorain High huddle, the bounce in these guys' steps as compared to what I saw last night when things weren't going their way. And
that energy is key.
And learning how to compete through things.
Yeah.
In both situations. What Lorain High faced last night is what Bedford's facing tonight. And you have to learn to work your way through that.
And this game is streaky.
Oh.
At its best and at its worst, it's streaky. All right, so here we go. We'll figure out where we've got to go to get the ball.
Yeah.
Look at my rosters here.
Okay.
I think we got the one young man that was a number substitute. We'll have to fix that here. Quick outlet pass. Here we go. Another fast break opportunity. Another shot inside by Walton. 18 in the game. Having a big Saturday afternoon.
And you know what you see is you see smiles on their faces. I mean, they're having fun playing today. And there's a little bit of, coming in knowing that they had beat this team one time. I'm sure it took them a while to get going, but I'm sure that they felt good about this contest.
Well, they're challenging every pass right now. And part of that is I think they're a little bit quicker than Bedford at the moment with the personnel on the court. I think the other part is goes back to that energy.
Lennon with somebody else scored.
Right. It's been a rarity today for Bedford's freshman squad, unfortunately for them. 3 minutes remain in the third quarter. 40-11 is the count in favor of the Titans. And flirting with a turnover there, but chasing it down was Rouser. He'll send it off to the left side. Walton there has got the feeling right now. And he should. A little floating jumper.
Nice finish.
Good jumper by Rouser. That's his 6th point.
He was able to change the side of the floor with the ball there. He caught it at the top from his left and immediately swept to his right and changed the side of the floor, which is what opened up the defense for him.
And the shot was pure. I mean, it was a good-looking shot on top of the steps that got him there. Missed shot, rebound comes down. Here come the Titans on the push again into the lane, splitting the double team, but getting a little bit of a bump. Was Walton. He'll go to the line for a couple.
You know you're having a day when the thumb that you just had taped, you have to throw that hand up and the ball sticks to it and you catch it with one hand and get to the hole.
You'll take that any day of the week. Well, he's feeling it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He makes this one. He's at 20 points in the game. Thank you very much.
And that was very pure.
I'll have to start getting a little tighter with the score sheet. I didn't anticipate somebody quite scoring this much. Look at that, 44-11. Quadrupled. How often do you see that in a game? There's a shot block. Fast break opportunity. Here we go. Salmon into the lane, off the glass. Misses that one, but he'll get fouled as he takes himself on into the wall, or gets help taking himself into the wall.
He showed a nice burst there when he got that ball at half court and was able to nose in front of people where they couldn't affect the shot other than give him a whack.
Salmon's got a dozen in the ball game, most of those in that second quarter. I think this is... He struggled from the free throw line today.
He's got to get the follow-through higher.
I'm sitting. I'm standing up this quarter. I'm sitting over here. I'm kind of squatting with him. I'm bending with him, waiting for that.
That
to go
was
up.
much better.
That's it.
Much better. The number one thing in teaching shooting is if it doesn't go over the rim, it can't go in.
I remember that demonstration.
Yeah.
I think I was told that by a couple coaches along the way. Jumper outside.
Oof.
Lennon drained it from three-point range. He's got 5 now. Here we go the other way. Johnson to the block, off the glass, up and in.
Boy, he protected that well with his body.
4 now, 1.5 minutes remains in this third quarter. He's one of those hustle guys. I can't wait to see him as he matures and continues to grow in the game. Jumper outside, no. They'll kick it around. Henderson.
There was a
give him a deuce on that one. I was looking for the same thing. I was waiting for the hands to go up. I didn't see him either. Full court pressure now by the Bearcats.
This is where Lorain got in some trouble last night, and it was the lackadaisical passing.
Solomon misses the layup, but Johnson there on the backside puts it up. Reginald's going to be one of those guys who's got a nose for the ball. I like him already.
He's going to be the guy that nobody wants him guarding him in open gym.
Yep, exactly. Airball 3 is not going to happen. They'll swing it around.
There's one of those guys over on the bench, Chris Kimbrough. Nobody wanted to be guarded by Chris Kimbrough in high school.
Exactly. Loose ball picked up. And the layup is not going to happen, but you're going to get another whistle on the foul. Josh, you got to finish on those ones, big guy. And Johnson was the guy right there picking that up, getting knocked around.
I think we might end up in the 1-and-1 in the fourth quarter here.
We're close enough. We've got, what, 5 fouls? 5 team fouls? 27 seconds. 3 ball, no. Rebound going to be collected by Evans. Into the lane. Strong shot's going to come up a little shy. Never got up above the rim, as we talked about. Solomon there, no. Shot inside again. Solomon again off the glass, up and in. He's got 15.
And he didn't play in the first quarter.
3 ball launched. That's going to be a little bit short. And the third quarter is going to end in favor of the Titans in a big margin, 51-16. So we'll take a little bit of a break. Fourth quarter on the way right after this.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
Seven minutes left in this one. Actually, 6:50 as we get started a little behind, but that's all right. The Titans enjoying the start to the evening in the freshman ball game. Just 2 games slated for today. As a reminder, Varsity will not be playing ball tonight. The freshmen enjoying a good start to this one. Actually, a good 3 quarters to this one. Nice follow-up that time on the shot by Johnson. His first basket of the ball game. Makes it a 51-18 game, and as we kind of work through this one, already starting to prep for the JV game, which is coming up next. Dax McCall checking in.
Yep, giving us a number change. The Titans have to remember how they got here and continue working together to get shots in the half court. A little too much dribbling.
It is one of the, you talk
There's a
about
cut.
that. Oh, nice cut through the lane. I'm going to take you back to your thought here in just a second as Walton gets another one. He's got 22. Talked about too much dribbling. Well, the first thing every kid does when he picks up a ball is start pounding it into the ground. All right, coach, here's your opportunity. Tell him why not.
Well, there's only 3 reasons in basketball to dribble the ball: to improve a passing angle, to relieve pressure, or to take the ball to the hoop. Other than that, you don't need to dribble it.
Not going to help you. Ball moves faster in the air than it's ever going to move in your hand. There's a takeaway, and we'll head the other way. Bethea stops and pops after going behind.
That was
back. Drained the 3 ball. He's got 11. And whistle will blow, and that will full timeout, I think, is the case. Nope. 30-second. I stand corrected. Sorry about that.
I'm not sure if he called that timeout because he wanted to substitute or because the kids were arguing over who was going to inbound the basketball, because nobody would go out of bounds for the Titans.
So, by the way, just want to talk a little bit about TV 20. You know, you're watching us on YouTube right now, right? And checking out 1,600 videos, more than 2.1 million views of those videos. Joe Bach's been there for almost all of them. Good news about our school. Search TV 20, YouTube, and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, TV 20. Also follow us on Twitter.
And they may not be watching us on YouTube. They can watch us on Spectrum.
That's true.
Channel 1025 on Lorain Cable.
That's very true. 30-point lead right now for Lorain's freshman squad as they, I don't know, do you go on cruise control here or do you keep working?
Well, that's one of the things you have to learn as a young player. There's some disinterest out there now. There's a good aggressive move.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, there's no disinterest there in Evans. He took a nice drive.
And more importantly, he recovered.
All the way back, and here's another fast break opportunity.
Basket hanger.
You were waiting on that, huh?
He never cleared the Titans in the backcourt.
24 points for young Mr. Walton, though, which is a heck of a night.
We were talking about somebody last night and made notice that he was a lot faster going from left to right than he was from right to left.
Think about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys like that.
Oh.
Unfortunately. When I played, I was the guy that was always stuck back on defense. I wasn't catching up with everybody going the other way, so I'll be your back guy. Yeah. I'm good. There's a take in the lane. The back of the rim that time for Johnson, unable to finish. Rebound collected by Shanlin. Put back, no. Ball knocked around with good effort inside that time by Lorain. Salmon again going up after that ball, tipping it around.
I'm looking at Brian Clark now, and I can tell he's frustrated that the effort level has dropped. And one of the things that you use to control that is playing time, but he's only got 3 subs over there. So,
well, it's for the first time this evening, they're being outscored 7-4 in this fourth quarter.
Okay.
Shot no, rebound Salmon.
Another
kicks
nice
it out.
outlet.
Fast break opportunity, a little bit of a bump that time on Martise Herman. He'll go to the line. A couple of shots coming his way. And that's one of those moments where you got to trust that left hand.
Absolutely.
You had good space on that side. Just take it on that side. I can say that because I didn't trust my left hand either, but that's okay. Free throw is good.
Well, that's all part of the development.
It is. You're
These
right.
kids today are so much more skilled with the basketball than when you and I grew up. And part of that is the accessibility, the accessibility of the internet. You can find every drill in the world on YouTube and see the highlights on SportsCenter.
There's another takeaway by the Titans, another outlet pass. Top of the key, good looking jumper. May have been a little bit of contact there for Rouser. Whistle will blow. And we're going to get another timeout coming off the Lorain bench. And
I'm thinking this is going to be a full one.
Well, everybody's standing. No, you're right, Coach.
I didn't think just because I didn't think they had any 30s left. Well, you know, Don, we talked a little bit about the tournament seeding for the varsity. Let me get into my numbers here. If the results of the balloting are official, and what was sent to me today, Lorain is the number 10 seed in the 3-district blend that is Northeast Ohio. Northeast Ohio has 6 districts. They split it into half. So there were 34 teams in the 3-district grouping with Lorain. And Lorain was seeded 10th. Right ahead of them was Cleveland Heights. And if they continue to use the NCAA seeding where they alternate, 1, 2, and 3 will go to different districts and so on, Lorain will be the 2nd seed in the district, or the 4th seed, excuse me, in the district with Medina, Shaker Heights, and Cleveland Heights. And all games are going to be played at schools. No neutral games till you get to the regional, I believe.
Which will be interesting. We're I'll give you a second to get back into this. Nice spin move into the lane. Bethea with the shot there. Didn't happen. Fast break opportunity for the Titans. Good look. Pass down to the baseline. Outside. 3-ball launch. Walton. It's good. He's got 27. Oh, boy. So how putting that all together, what's it look like in terms of a matchup here?
Well, it looks
guesstimate.
Like if my pigeon math here is correct, Lorain will have a bye in the first round and then play the winner of the Copley-North Olmsted game, which would be at Copley, the higher-seeded team. Copley is the number 15 seed. And if Lorain were to win that, they would be in the same half of the bracket with the number 1 seed in that district, Medina, and would have to go down and play the Bees down at the Hive.
You know that place.
I do know that place.
Nice cut through the lane that time. Strong take by Walton. Puts it up and in. I've got him at 29 points on the evening. Well, what's he average? I think we had a stats package.
Yeah, we did.
This may be a semi-career game. He takes another steal, has another opportunity at the layup, puts that one up,
31.
Puts it in, and now he's got 31. Nice.
Jai Walton averages 10.6 a game.
Oh, boy. Ate his Wheaties this morning for breakfast. There's a take underneath. Bethea there with 13 now.
Looking at those stats, the team averages 41 a game. So it's probably pretty sure that nobody's had a 30-point game this year. Till today.
There's that quick math again. Yeah, you're working that pencil, I got to tell you. Johnson collects the rebound, drops it off. Bybee in the lane. That one's not going to fall for him. And a foul along the baseline is going to be whistled on the Titans with 1:42 remaining, 63-25. So it's just a matter of kind of riding this one out for the freshman Titans.
Now we'll see here. With 1:42 to go, 16 fouls on Bedford, 5 on Lorain. We'll see if we can avoid the 1-and-1 the whole game.
Oh, you ask for so much.
I know. It happened last night.
Make it work here today. That would be kind of fun. Shot off the left side of the lane is not going to fall that time for the Bearcats. Here we go down the court. In the middle is Thomas. Flips it up behind his head.
That was a heck of a catch for a big guy on the run. And look at him beat it back down the court.
I like that as much as anything else I'm seeing from him. And I've seen a lot of positives from him, including that shot block right there. Strong player in the paint, goes up, manages his body well, manages his size well.
Oops.
This is I guess a full timeout. I thought it was just going to be one of those swap the line out timeout.
Coach Teskey with some words that can't wait. Well, sometimes you got to make a point. And your audience is most captive during a game when you decide who's going to go out on the floor. And there's come the subs. It's a lot easier,
right?
There come the subs.
It does get a little bit easier that way, that's for sure. So coming up next, after this one is completed, we'll have the JV squad as at least Lorain's JV team is coming out of the locker room and getting ready to go. So have their masks on, waiting for an opportunity. We've got just 60 seconds left in this one.
Now, I don't know if the Bedford team rode the same bus as the freshmen, or
it seems not, but it's hard to say. Back and forth a little bit near midcourt. The Bearcats will come away with it. Coach Clark says, look, just get your hands up in the air. Let's not get carried away here with anything.
Guard Coach Teskey, he just caught the pass.
Watching some eyes up on the scoreboard at the far left side of the gym. I'm not sure what's going on over there. We'll have to keep an eye open on that.
That's the maintenance crew.
Well, if there's something wrong.
They're in sync.
Shot.
They're in sync.
I thought so. Well, something's missing over there or what have you. So Agnew gets the jumper there. He was listed as 45 on our roster, 43 on the court, though. And the Titans with a 3-2-1 and victory number 3 on the season will go to the freshman squad. Jay, we're going to wrap this one up pretty quick, but just your thoughts on this one.
Titans needed this one after last night's frustrations. They took their frustrations out on Bedford. You know, you never like to see a team drive an hour and get whacked like Bedford did today, and you feel bad for those kids.
Certainly.
But Lorain needed this one.
And they got everything they needed, including a pretty phenomenal performance by Jai Walton. So what we'll do now is we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll reset. When we come back, it's JV ball here on WLCS TV 20. We'll be back in just a moment. Time for JV ball now. Thanks for sticking with us and staying with us here on WLCS TV 20. I'm Don Vincent, joined again for game number 2 by Jay Ferguson. Jay, fun one in that first one. Interesting game, interesting matchup here for the JV squad in this game number 2 tonight. Actually, it's our nightcap.
Yes, it'll be a veteran Lorain team featuring a lot of juniors against Bedford. Lorain has struggled at times. They struggled last night with Cleveland Heights. And Bedford's season has been so short that there's no real read on them.
Yeah, there's no book.
Yeah.
So they'll get the ball to start things off here in this first quarter. Nice little baseline drive. Flip up there, not going to happen. And Christian Ruiz, who had a wonderful game last night, and you talked about him just being around the ball. There's a great example of it.
Yeah. You know, for fans of both of these teams, take a good look at this game because both the varsities are loaded with seniors.
Good point. Really good point. These guys will show up next year. Nice little drive along the left side. That one up and in for Mackay Kimbrough.
And these are both two schools that have kids that progress through the program. They don't just have kids show up in the fall.
And with these, you know, it's a great point. And you don't have a choice but to progress through.
Right.
Just the way these teams build themselves year after year.
Bedford has 4 seniors on the varsity who've played 4 years of varsity basketball.
To the right side, you're going to get a foul off the ball.
After the pass, Reggie Wade ran over a defender.
That'll be the first foul on the Titans here tonight. We went almost a quarter and a half without a whistle being blown in the freshman game, and took us, what, minute and change?
Yep. Now, are these the same 2 officials, Don?
I don't think so.
I was going to say that.
That's a really good point.
I think one of them is, but
it's not the same team, that's for sure.
The shorter official in the first game did not wear a mask, and now this one, that's what caught my eye.
Holloway with the first basket of the ball game for Bedford. Knocks that one down. Here come the Titans. And as you would suspect, moving from freshman to JV ball, this one a little bit more, what do I want to say, more physical, more energetic.
The pace of the game picks up, the skill level picks up, and the intensity picks up. As you know, part of progression is learning how to compete.
Good ball movement by the Titans outside. Little running jumper, little floater along the baseline for Wade. Unable to finish there. And guess who? Christian Ruiz, right?
Yeah.
His first basket of the ball game, right place, right time.
And I'm not going to sell him short, but you'll notice he never left the floor. He's got a knack, I'm telling you.
There's a takeaway by Wade. Pushes that one up, not able to finish there. Kimbrough brings it back down, spins through the lane, up and in. It'll be his 4th point of the ball game, and the whistles will tweet. And or do we have a timeout or not? Everybody went to the sidelines.
And the official that blew the whistle for the timeout pointed to the Bedford bench, and I'm thinking that the coach was trying to get a sub in. Now let's make sure both teams are at 5. Okay.
I think we're good, yeah. Working up court quickly is Christian Layton. Takeaway. Ruiz gets it off to the right side. Wade right back into the middle. Ball knocked around, almost tipped in inadvertently by Bedford. They'll get the fast break going the other way here.
That would have been the ultimate he's always around the ball basket right there.
Tie up underneath. They're going to call the I thought they were going to call a jump ball. They're going to whistle
Jacob
a
Addis.
Foul, yeah. The big guy underneath. His first, team second. And he is a big kid.
Yeah.
Through the lane it'll go into the hands of Isaiah Whitsett Edmonds.
Yeah, he's a 2-year varsity starter at center on the football team that unfortunately didn't get a chance to show his stock and put anything on video for the colleges.
That's a tough thing for those young athletes to deal with. Nice step through that time. A nice put up by Wade. His first basket of the ball game, and it's a quick 8-2 lead for Lorain High.
And one of the things I'm going to point out to you, Don, is that the 2 leading JV scorers on the season are not in uniform for Lorain.
Oh, boy.
Asaya Killian is ill, And Jordan Daniels is now in the varsity rotation with the injury to Seth Wilson. So they're not here, along with a couple of other guys. Ryan DiBernardo being one of them.
Yeah, and a lot of those changes kind of coming this afternoon, as opposed to kind of, planned and known ahead of time, which changes things for coaches. We could talk about that a little bit too. As Ruiz into the lane, absorbs contact, somehow still gets the ball up toward the rim.
Yeah. Like I said, he's just very, very fundamentally sound and a smart basketball player.
First team foul on Bedford sends Ruiz to the line for a couple of free throws.
If you went to the park and you were picking up teams, he wouldn't be the first guy you picked. But after he kicked your butt, you'd be saying, "How come nobody got that guy?"
Exactly. He's one of those. He's almost one of those guys that you hate to play against, because he doesn't look like he should be good, but when he shows you up, it's gonna be brutal. Second free throw, bounces around, gets the shooter's touch, drops in for his third point.
Kevin Mackey used to describe two kinds of basketball players. He'd say, looks good, plays bad, gets coaches fired. and then there was looks bad, plays good, gets coaches raises.
That's it. Almost a line change set to come in here for Lorain High at the next opportunity. Shot no. Rebound Addis gets it off to the left side. Carter across the timeline, works off the pick. Stays with the ball, spins, kicks it back. Shot, Kimbrough, a little bit short. Rebound collected by Bedford. Not a bad take. It's a good look. There's another three-ball launched other side. Barnes drops it. 2:14 remains in this first quarter. A player control foul, an offensive foul.
They got Addis for the moving screen or the leg coming out, and that's going to be his second foul. And here comes Coach McCall, empties the bench.
He does.
Everybody but Wade.
So Pettis is out there. Anthony Lorenzo on the ball right now, D'ing up. What else we got out there? Perry
Marcus
on
Perry
the court.
And Sheldon
King. There we go. All right. So we got them all out there. Ball out top. That was Holloway with the shot. No. Putback is also not going to happen that time for Appleton. Follow-up that time is good. Outside shot at the other end. That one will come up short for King. Rebound collected by the Titans. Good work underneath by Lorenzo, popping out and getting that one. Three-ball launch left wing is good for Wade. He's got 5. Deshaun Collier lost the ball temporarily, almost got tackled. A lot of contact out there. Good ball movement almost by the Bearcats. They're trying to whip that down toward the baseline.
Sheldon King came flying into that passing lane to knock it out of bounds. That was great effort getting back.
Well, lace work being taken care of here by Lorenzo. Had to tie up those pinks. Nice quick pass into Murray. Turns around, puts it in.
I can tell you right now that Coach McCall is not happy with a defense that allows the ball to be inbounded to the post.
Right? I don't think I've ever met a coach that would be content with that. 1:09 remains in this first quarter. It's a 1-point ball game.
Been a good back and forth start.
Forwarding in is Kendall Stevens for the Bearcats. By the way, we did this in the freshman game. We also want to do it here in the JV game. You kind of mentioned it a moment ago. I want to welcome all the fans from Bedford. Thanks for joining us here on WLCS. Good to have you along.
Absolutely. Whether you're on YouTube or Lorain Cable TV or however you're tuning in.
And always check this one out later as well. Joe Bach will have it archived on YouTube. Got a lot of videos up there with a lot of views, including some good historical games.
1,600 videos he's got on his YouTube archive.
It's amazing. Millions of views, 2 million plus views. Pretty stunning. 34 seconds remain in the corner as we're kind of chatting up. There's an unforced error right there. Gotta watch the ball in your hands. You gotta catch it with 2 hands.
Passing and catching are the 2 most underrated skills in basketball. You don't think a lot about them, but they can lose you some ball games if you're not careful with the basketball.
Ball security is a real thing. So here we go in the waning seconds of this first quarter. It's a 1-point lead for the Titans. They'll have the ball out top. Pettis will send it out and center it up to Lorenzo. He'll work with the left-hand dribble off to that left wing, kicks it back out top. Boy, everybody comes out to set him a screen. He'll kick it all the way across. Good looking 3-ball. Lorenzo, no. Rebound collected by Ashley. Don't mind the shot, though.
No, it was good looking. It was a good looking set, if that
was. Well, that'll draw the first quarter to a close. The Titans up by 1 as we take a little bit of a break and head into the second frame. We'll be right back with more on WLCS TV 20 right after this. All right, second quarter action here, JV contest. Lorain up by a point at the end of the first frame, 12-11. We continue through this one. Looks like pretty much the starting group out there.
Back to the starters.
Interesting little line change, and Ruiz will cut through the middle. Kind of surprised he almost didn't stop and turn on that. Guy was overplaying him toward the ball side. Work it down to the baseline. Wade, jumper from outside in the corner is good. That'll be his 8th point of the ball game, and he's starting to light it up.
A little bit of a 3-man set there with the pick and the roll, and then the offensive player in the corner if they help onto the ball handler.
They whistled a foul on Wade. That's going to be his second team foul, number 4 on the Titans. You got 2 guys with 2 fouls here, and we're just, what, half a minute into the second quarter?
There, again, it goes in too easy right under the basket.
Appleton able to put it in off the glass. Takes it back to a 2-point difference. Lorain with the ball on their offensive end will stop and pop. Not going to happen that time. Strong rebound by Wade. Goes back up off the glass. Nice little head fake. Frees him up. Christian Ruiz with 5.
Oh, he just blocked somebody down to the ground.
And then helps him up.
Yeah.
Welcome to the game. Here come a couple substitutions in for Bedford. Let's see. Chris Layton comes in the ball game, and I think I saw Holloway coming back in as well. That is the case.
Let's see if we can get organized and not let him get a layup off the inbound here.
Well, helps a little bit. Yeah,
that's better.
Holloway just takes the jumper. Now, it's tough to hit those long shots. You don't catch that and shoot it in rhythm, and I think that's a good example of exactly that. Off to the right side. Carter sends it back out top. Now Wade. Long 3-ball. Maybe a little too long, Coach?
Yeah. Probably could get that one anytime.
Yeah. Saved back into the bounds in the hands of Christian Ruiz.
Who's going to get an offensive rebound if we take a shot? I mean.
He's going to get a look in the corner now. He takes the drive into the lane, flips it up and in. Are you kidding me? That's not the way you draw that up.
Told you so. He's a player.
Timeout comes from Coach Dax McCall. He'll take a 30. So we'll take a little bit of a break here. Up by 6 are the Titans. And so we were talking tournament earlier, and we found out we were both kind of a little off.
In the past few years, after the tournament vote, there was an automatic NCAA bracket style where the teams were placed on the line in order to spread out the matchups and give you a little bit of a benefit of a good season. Tomorrow there will be a meeting in the 34 teams. The first 3 seeds, St. Edward, St. Ignatius, and Medina, are forced to go into 3 different brackets. And then starting with number 4, Shaker Heights, it's the next man can go anywhere they want. So if they want to play the number 1 seed in the first game, that's a possibility.
All right, so here's your challenge. As a coach, do you pick a win? Do you pick less travel? Do you pick matchup?
Depends on where I'm at and what my legitimate thoughts of what we can do are.
Layton hits the long jumper for the Bearcats. Makes it a 3-point ball game, 19-16 now with 4:50 remaining in the second quarter. Into the lane, Ruiz is going to get called for an offensive foul. They said he led with that off arm. That's his first foul, team foul number 5. All right, so talk about the Titans. What do you think Coach Rossitano wants?
Well, as we looked at it earlier, we of course have played St. Ed's at their place and played them tough. And if that were to be the bracket we ended up in, we would go back there. I mean, in order to get out of the district, Lorain is probably going to have to go on the road.
Yeah.
So the question is, who do you want to play and where do you want to play? And, you know, if you think you have a legitimate, if the thing sets up well for you, all things being equal, you'd probably rather go into the bracket with the 3rd seed than the 1 or 2. But there's also 6 teams in front of you that are going to pick and think the same way. So you have to beat somebody to get out. And when you're the 10th seed, you're going to have to beat somebody on the road to get out.
And honestly, you're going to have to beat a couple somebodies.
Yeah.
To be perfectly blunt about it. A couple back and forths there. Witzel Edmonds with the shot for Bedford was able to score. Ball turned over by the Titans, and this is a 1-point ball game, and the Bearcats able to take a lead here.
That was a set play for the Titans, and the pass was just a little too tall for Rashad Carter. They set that up as a fade cut to slide on the backside of the defense.
Rodney Holloway tries to work up court, leaves the ball behind him, goes back and picks it back up. Witzel Edmonds tries to drop it inside. Awkward looking shot there, but good for Isaac Britton.
That was pretty smooth. Here's the carelessness of passing and catching the basketball.
Isaac Britton, the young man that just made that shot, he's another one of those guys that probably doesn't look like.
Wow, he looks like you could X-ray him with a flashlight.
look at his wingspan when he extends. He just takes up so much room.
Yeah, he's got some growing to do.
Oh yeah.
They don't list the heights on the roster.
I'm thinking what, 6'3", 6'4"?
I would think at least.
Into the lane and kicking it all the way across with the ball as Lorenzo sends it right back out top to Wade.
Now they've extended this zone defense a little bit. Penetrate and pitch.
Ruiz inside, has the ball knocked away, recollects, sends it back out into the corner. 3-ball launched. Pettis is
nice
good.
shot from Pettis. Nice assist from Christian Ruiz, who didn't try to muscle it up in traffic, made the smart basketball play and passed it to the corner.
2-point lead now for the Titans, and losing the ball, going up for the shot that time was Bedford's Layton, so we'll head the other way. Boy, came fired back in. Someone out in the hall just nailed Ruiz. Thanks.
I was going to say that. Brian Corey was sitting right there, but he's in the gym now.
Yeah, he's been known to make a few sharp passes in his day.
Nice back cut.
The idea was right.
Lorenzo, yeah.
Layton out top, launches long distance and nails it. He's got 6 now. 1-point lead for the Bearcats. Out top, Ruiz sends it to the left corner. Wade launches long distance, not going to happen. Rebound tipped around. Strong take that time underneath by Anthony Lorenzo. He'll get fouled for his efforts and go to the line.
Nice job there, because he went up with the intent of making that shot. Instead of trying to avoid the contact and hoping it in, he was trying to make it, and he was going to take the contact to do it, and he's getting rewarded with the free throws. A lot of young guys will try to avoid getting hit.
Absorb the contact.
You don't get either. You don't get the basket. You don't get the foul.
First free throw was good for Lorenzo, his first point of the ball game. We're tied at 23 with just a little bit better than 2 minutes remaining short. On the follow-up, gets his own rebound. Boy, that's another thing that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Long ball following that. Lorenzo another rebound, kicks it down toward Wade, wants to go to work, has nothing there for him, hesitates out top.
You know,
work it back in Lorenzo, ball knocked away, and here we go the other way.
You see the trust that the Titans have for one another,
yeah,
because they're all willing to give it up and make a cut, trusting that they'll get it back if they're open. And that's a huge thing for any team to develop.
Let's see who they called that foul. And I think they got Wade. If that's the case, Coach, that's his third.
Well, he's coming out.
Yeah, that makes some sense. It's team foul number 6, which you're not terribly worried about with 1:41 remaining. Free throw number 1 is good for Layton. That gives him 7 in the ball game. Yeah, Reggie's got to sit down with those 3.
And that's kind of the head of the offense.
Yeah. Layton hits his second one for his 8th point of the ball game. He leads the scoring for the Bearcats. Leading for the Titans, Wade on the bench with 8, Ruiz with 7. Shot underneath that time, no. Addis with the big, strong rebound. Ruiz in the middle of the lane, can't finish there. Rebound loose and picked up by the Bearcats. Good hustle down on the floor by Whitsitt Edmonds. The other side that time was Holloway. He'll lose the handle on the ball. It's still no one gaining control of it.
The
Foul's
ball
going to
up with 2 hands, fellas.
Quit slapping at it. Foul's going to be whistled. I believe they got Whitsitt Edmonds for his 2nd.
Every guy in there was trying to dribble that ball out of pressure instead of picking it up with 2 and making a pivot.
Big, strong guys. That's your moment right there. 1 minute remaining in this second quarter, in this first half, and a whistle's tweeted. Dax McCall doesn't like the call because it's going to be against his Titans.
I didn't think it was a bad call myself. He was inside the foul line, but just didn't go anywhere beyond that. And then when he started out, I mean, he wasn't making any progress to the basket the whole time.
If that was on Addis, I think it was, correct?
I thought he called a 5-second violation.
Oh, okay. All right, so no foul there. Okay, you're right.
And it's a 4-point lead now for Bedford.
Out top, 3 ball to break the tie. That one's not going to get there. Ruiz goes up. May have been bumped on the putback attempt. They're not going to call that one. Ruiz inbounds, does so to Pettis. They'll swing it around, 32 seconds. Got some time. What are you calling for, Coach?
You got to reverse the ball against the zone. You got to get them moving side to side like that. Now do it again. Swing it around the top and around. That's it. Now you've got to look. Come underneath.
There's your 3 ball off the left wing. Pettis can't finish that. Rebound collected by the Bearcats. But to your point, and what's good about that is they started thinking about what has to happen to get the shot.
Yeah.
Little finger roll in the lane that time is going to be short for Britton. Gets his own rebound back.
Watch out, cheerleaders.
Duck. That's going to take us to the halftime buzzer. 29-23. Bearcats extend a little bit here, a little bit more than I thought they did.
Titans ran out of steam there at the end of the second quarter. Would Bedford scored the last 8 or 9 points.
Easily. Well, the Titans have some work to do here coming out of the locker room in the second half. We'll take a break. We'll rejoin the game when there's 7 more minutes up on the clock. We'll be right back on WLCS TV 20.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're going to serve alongside some amazing people. They're going to become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world. That'll change you. One day, you're going to look up and be a better you. And this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Action. I'm Don Vincent. Jay Ferguson, immediately to my left. Not that that helps you at home, but we're hanging out together, having a good time. Talking a lot. Going back to tournaments and comparing basketball and football seedings and so on and so forth. We'll probably have more to say about that. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot to say about that before everything's said and done. There's a turnover by the Titans, and picking it up going the other way is Holloway. Hesitates in front of Addis.
Jacob Addis did what he could do.
I was going to say exactly the same thing.
He's got 2 fouls. He ran to get in front and then walled up. And, you know, sometimes the offense makes a good play. And that's about 11 in a row for.
Yeah, right?
Well, that'll stop the bleeding a little bit.
Nice little baseline jumper that time, hit by Pettis. He's got 5 in the ball game. They'll make it a 6-point difference. Shot looking down, and you know, one of the things Bedford's done here is they've gone a little bit bigger coming out of the locker room here in this second quarter, including the big guy underneath, Isaac Britton.
Yeah, they've got their both Britton and Whitsitt Edmonds in, and that gives them a little bit of length. And then with this zone that they're running at the half court, they've got length at the top too. Nicely done.
All right, great job. Ruiz gets it down to the baseline, and they'll flip it across. Addis puts it up and in. His first basket of the ball game. And then strong. Great ball movement. Layton thought about a jumper off that left side. Working underneath is Whitsitt Edmonds, and a little bit of a push foul is going to be whistled underneath. And I think they got Addis, and that'll be his 3rd.
Yeah. You know, you know, one of the things is, you know, you saw the referee indicate that he got him down low with the body. Well, there's just a lot of Jacob Addis to get around. That's not a bad thing.
And that's not a shot.
No.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, Jacob, and he's a young kid, too. Jacob Addis is 16 years old as a junior in high school.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
And I'll tell you what, I haven't seen it, but from what I've been told, you ought to see him hit a baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
A 3-sport athlete.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen so much anymore. Missed free throw. Leaves it at a 4-point difference. Come the Titans. Another offensive end. Ooh. Close to taking a little extra shuffle there. Swing it around, 3-ball launch. Oh, did not go down for Wade. Rebound underneath was collected by the Titans for a moment before it was recollected. There's Ruiz trying to save it back in and is going to make it. Oh, almost had it.
That's
Pettis
okay.
Goes down hard, like the hustle.
I was going to say, better too much than too little with the hustle.
So Holloway will handle the inbound. He'll get it in late. And man pressure here by the Titans. I've always liked Lorain basketball when they can get into man up and down. I don't care what level it is. I appreciate that. Baseline jumper. Holloway can't finish there. The big guy goes up and can't finish. Britton unable to put the ball in the hoop. Comes Ruiz, flips it all the way across off the fingertips of Wade, and that's one of those passes. You collect that.
The hand grenade pass, the bugaboo of mine. You know, one of the things, we talked in the first half about how much more skilled the players are now than they were back when we were young. And one of the things that has not improved and gone backwards is the lack of willingness to put a body on somebody and rebound.
Yeah, agreed. Whitsitt Edmonds drains a long ball for his 5th point. You know, talk a little bit more about that. Everyone will tell you that the game is more physical now. I would argue it was more physical back in the day.
Yeah, way more. Used to be way more physical. And you know, it used to be that you were taught to put your backside on somebody, and you know, you know, I can still remember the demonstrations where you took the best jumper in the gym and you leaned up against him and said, now jump as high as you can. And you know, you just physically can't jump when somebody's leaning on you. And but it's not taught that way anymore, even at the upper levels. Now it's, you know, the Tom Izzo philosophy is hit, find, fetch. You know, put a forearm shiver into somebody's chest, find the basketball, and go get it.
I kind of like that. And you always kind of relate back to where you were. I remember when I was at Southview, Chris Kelly was at Lorain Catholic. We used to beat the heck out of each other.
Yeah.
We wouldn't leave a game without a bruise. Nice shot outside, by the way. We wouldn't leave the game without being bruised up. I thought that was great. It was always fun. You got a couple of Titans down on the court right now.
Wade's got hit in the nose. I don't know if he's got a bloody nose.
A shot at the other end, and that should stop.
You know what? That was good officiating. The official stayed with him, saw that he wasn't in immediate distress, and allowed Bedford to have the advantage. That's just exactly how you're supposed to do it.
It's part of it.
Had Wade been in distress, they'd have blown the whistle. But they didn't blow it until Lorain got the ball, and he really wasn't in distress because he's up and going to get the inbound pass.
Yeah, I was looking for him to go over to the bench and see who they brought in. He seems to be okay. So he'll get the ball off on the right side.
And the contact was Lorain on Lorain. What a pass.
Exactly. Good look underneath. It's going to be an old-fashioned three-point opportunity. Kimbrough gets strong, puts it up in for his 6-point. He'll go to the line for one more.
Nice pass, Reggie Wade. That's the way to get up off the deck and make a play.
Make an impact. I agree. So Kendall Stevens comes in. Xavier Ashley comes into the ball game along with David Murray for Bedford. Still a pretty long team you have here out on the court for the Bearcats.
You know, and don't look now, but the Titans are within 2.
Well, this could tighten it even a little bit more at the 3:18 mark in the third quarter. There you go.
There.
3-point play for
Micah Kimbrough with 7 points now. Wait, quickly down the other way goes Bedford. Holloway is a junior. He looks every bit of a senior. He's just put together.
Yeah.
3-ball launched outside. Stevens, no. Rebound comes down. Pettis gets it, gets off the Wade. Creates contact, goes up with the left hand, like it.
Nicely done, Reggie Wade.
He's got 13 in the ball game, and the Titans have a 1-point lead. And there's another turnover. Ruiz there at the right time, hesitates at the top, kicks it out. 3-ball, launched and nailed. Lorenzo nails it, puts up his 4th point of the ball game. And a timeout, I believe, a 30-second timeout taken by Bedford. They want to stop the bleeding now. So all of a sudden, Lorain's getting after them.
I think we're short a point. That was okay, there it is. 38-34. So the Titans were down 6. It's 11-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's actually, yeah, after they were down 7, yeah. And the run was sparked by some good effort defensively.
Well, and it almost goes back to when Wade was down on the floor. He almost popped up with more energy than he had prior to that moment. You're right. Got the defensive flowing and got into it.
Well, little thing, but, you know, when Reggie Wade's on the floor in the backcourt, you just defended 4 on 5 and got a rebound. Kept the team from scoring, got a rebound.
Good point. We're right back at it here. Kendall Stevens sends it out top. Actually, he'll kick it out. More now. And here's some of that Lorain defense. Yep. Challenging the pass.
Yeah, it's just not fun to play against pressure.
And there's what happens. Good takeaway that time by the Titans. They'll work it up court.
Nice find.
Swing it across, 3-ball, comes up just a little bit short, but again, nice find. You're okay with that shot. You'll give them that shot and that miss pretty much any time. You can't make them all. Foul going to be called.
Good.
I think they're going to get Ruiz on that one. I couldn't quite tell.
I don't know, but Bedford was going to get a layup if they didn't blow the whistle.
2 team fouls apiece and a 4-point difference in the game. Slap of the ball gets Bedford underway. Layton, 3-ball, misses that one short, and here come the Titans with another possession, an opportunity to extend.
Wow, what a turnaround this third quarter has been. After the end of the second quarter was a major turnaround the other way.
Mm-hmm.
There's that man.
Nice pass. Ruiz can't quite finish. Tries to get his own rebound. Is going to get bumped in the process. I believe it'll stay with the Titans underneath their own basket. I want to say they got Layton, but I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure. This is the worst angle for that.
And I think, you know, they're JV officials. They're not used to making sure that everybody in the gym.
Well, the other thing is you're used to having the cheaters on the side of the scoreboard, too.
That's true, too.
Just with limited amount of bodies. There's that guy, 13 in a row for the Titans.
He's got 9 points to Christian Ruiz on another big evening. 6-point lead now for the Titans with about a minute left. This has been a big third quarter for Lorain High, to say the least.
Nice job,
missed.
Christian.
Yeah.
Got a body on the big fella.
Going back to that point you were making earlier. Good ball movement down into the right corner. King into the lane. No. Foul is going to be called, and he'll go to the line for a couple.
Going to get some throws.
King is not yet scored in the ball game. So hopefully he'll change that with this opportunity.
It's 100% from the line on the season. Nope, now he's 2 of 3.
I was going to give you a nod for the jinx, but, you know, if you're only talking 3 free throws, I'm not going to get too excited. I'd like to see him in the books here. Knock this one down, young man. Nope, not able to do that. Appleton will pull it down for the Bearcats. See Addis over on the bench, thought he might have seen a travel, and Coach McCall says, you gotta sit down, gotta sit down. Apparently there's been a warning.
Well, not only that, but it's not like you're not going to be noticed when you're Jacob Addis.
That's
size.
true too. It's a big feller. Here comes Ruiz. Bounce pass is off to Wade. Kicks it out top. 3 ball. Lorenzo, no. Ball saved back in. Boy, nice job. Oh, saving that back in. Lorain's going to retain possession. Carter backs off. 3 ball. All alone. Left side, no. Big rebound. Ruiz puts it up with the right hand and in.
See, that you can't call that a jump hook because there's not a jump. But fundamentally, it's perfect.
There's no question, and it's an 8-point lead for the Titans at the end of the third quarter. We'll tell you how that happened when we come back. We'll take a break. 7 more minutes of basketball coming your way on WLCS TV 20.
Titans 42, 34.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. WLCS. Shot blocked at the other end as Bedford had the ball to start things off in the fourth quarter. Ruiz along the baseline. They're going to wave that off on the foul call. Hey, there's a lot of chatter on social media right now. We just want to clarify, Jay, there is no varsity game tonight.
Right. Bedford has COVID issues.
Yeah.
With the varsity. And so they didn't make the trip. And this was going to be their senior night, as they don't have a home gym. So tonight was going to be senior night for the Bedford Bearcats, believe it or not. Well, we got a second, Don.
Yeah.
Let's make a plug here for Lorain Schools and the social media. YouTube channel TV 20, 1,600 videos on it 2.1 million views. Also, Lorain Schools has a presence on Facebook, and follow them as well on Twitter. Joe Bach has always got something going.
I tell you, it's a good source if you're a Lorain sports fan. If you're a Lorain City Schools fan, it's a great opportunity to catch up on what's going on in the schools across the board.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, some of the old games, just fun going back and watching.
Yeah, I've gone back into the archives there. It's pretty cool. I told you earlier, I was managing through the page last night, just kind of wandering around looking. Some good stuff there. All right, getting back at this one. It's an 8-point lead for the Titans. There's a unforced turnover. You stepped out of bounds. One of the things I told people we do is we talk about that third quarter and how the Titans kind of took over. Break it down. It's a 14-point turnover, and the way they did it, it's going to sound really simple to say, was one possession at a time. There was no 10 points in 30 seconds kind of thing. It was just one possession at a time. They got stops. They got good opportunities. They share the ball so well that if you're open, you're going to get the basketball. You can count on that. And that kind of trust means a lot in team success. When you know that you can throw the ball to the other guy and the other guy's going to throw it back if you're in a better position. Results in a 19-5 third quarter in favor of the Titans, where they're still up by 8 with 6 minutes remaining. Bedford has returned from the man. They started in a zone in the third quarter. Now, it's almost getting a little helter-skelter, and that might be at least semi-intentional on the Bearcats' part. I would think. Kind of jumping at every pass, running at every player when he gets the ball. Well, and you could see that Sheldon King was not used to handling the ball in that spot on the floor. He was out a little too far, got trapped, and one-handed catch. Yeah, you got to go after that with two. Holloway gets the ball, unable to put the first time up, gets fouled on his second attempt, and is going to go to the line. Guys catch the ball with two hands. Holloway's getting a little chatty. Yeah. He's going to have to be careful because I think there's only so far the officials will let him go. And I think there's a graduated process. When you're a freshman, you don't get to say a word. And a JV player, you might get 2 to 3 words in. You might get more as a varsity player, but I think he's got to be cautious. Well, we had an issue last night to the point where they had to stop the freshman game and just tell both teams, just stop talking to one another. Yeah. The concept of trash talk has really gone from the NBA to the lower levels. And unfortunately, Holloway takes a shot, has it knocked away by Ruiz. Fast break opportunity. Here's the run out. Pettis, reverse layup. No, can't finish that. Just didn't give himself enough of an angle. He had the right idea. Holloway hesitates. Boy, taking away his right hand, and he didn't want to go left. Shot in the middle of the lane. No, ball tipped out of bounds by the Titans. But there's some smart defense down there, and particularly by Anthony Lorenzo. Wasn't going to let Holloway go the way he wanted to go. Boy, almost stepped in bounds on that. Tried to. It was close. There's Holloway out top. Ooh, I don't know if out on the edge. I don't know if you noticed it, but the official out front had a 5 count going there. So, they made that call earlier. They did. So you better be prepared for it to happen again. Fool me once, shame on you. Bedford with the ball on their offensive end. 5-14. They're just not cutting into this lead at all. Jumper awkward there that time. And that's the mistake you sometimes make. Layton put up the shot, he clanked it off the side, and then frustration foul. I'm going to make up for my miss. And you give it back. It does give them a chance to get into the pressure, but they backed off. It's a lot harder to inbound the ball on the sideline than it is the end, just because you only have to guard half the court. Good point. Spinning away from pressure there as Pettis sends it outside. Long 3-ball launch that time by the Titans. Wade unable to do that. Foul on the ensuing rebound.
Ruiz took a whack. Both teams will be in the 1-and-1 from here on out, it looks like. Unless that foul had already been entered.
I must have missed a couple along the way, which wouldn't surprise me. That happens. Of all the things I keep, that's the toughest for some reason.
Amen.
Holloway with the ball, top of the key, stops and pops from about 15, drains it. That's a good looking shot.
Nicely done.
Nothing wrong with taking a good mid-range jumper. I think that's another part of the game that's been lost along the way, too.
The three-point line at the younger levels especially has really changed the game, and I don't believe for the better. Go into junior highs and watch kids that can barely get the ball, they're shooting it from their waist to try and knock a three down.
You lose the skill of shooting, and a good 3-ball shooter, the shot doesn't change if it's 6 feet or 26 feet. It's still the same shot. Exactly right. I mean, in learning the I'm not saying that there's not a place for the game, but learning the fundamentals is so important. And when you don't have the strength to perform the fundamentals, you sometimes get bad habits. A little bit less than 4 minutes remaining in this one. Lorain High has not scored in this fourth quarter yet. There's a missed 3-ball collected by Ruiz, who's having another great game for the Lorain High JV squad. Wade works to the block, kicks it out. 3 launch. Pettis, no, not going to happen. Addis had the ball momentarily, but then taken away by Barnes. Fast break opportunity. Holloway into the lane. Little crossover step. Puts it up off the glass. Up and in.
So it was an 8-point lead. Now down to 5. Titans haven't scored yet.
And Holloway's the only guy that scored in this fourth quarter for the Bearcats. You might want to find him. There's a take along the baseline. Nicely done by Lorenzo. He's got 6 in the ball game, but that's the first points of this fourth quarter for the Lorain High JV squad. That's big.
Oh, huge.
Barnes in between the circles. Wade right in front of him, checking him up. They'll swing it off to Layton on the left side. He'll be guarded by Pettis. Holloway now finds a double team. Yep, you want to find that guy. 3-ball launched outside is good for Ramir Brown. Or Barnes, rather. Boy, Ramir Browns.
2-point game. 2.5 to go.
Ramir Barnes has 8. I'm going to get his name right. Mom, I'm sorry. All right, back at it. Lorenzo whips the pass inside. Nice drop along the baseline. Addis goes up strong, takes the contact, wants to go to the line, and that's what you want from your big guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
2-point ball game here. Lorain only has scored 2 points in this fourth quarter. On the side of things, it's been an 8-point production quarter thus far for Bedford.
42% from the line on the season.
It's his first time to the line tonight.
5 for 12 on the year. That looked good.
Yeah.
From the minute he let it go, the nice high follow through, great rotation.
Boy, a lot of chat back and forth between the 2 coaches and the 1 official.
Yes.
And the last word was from Dax McCall. He goes, if he makes it, I want a timeout.
Short-armed that one.
Rebound collected, and there's your timeout. Taken by the Titans. It'll be a full timeout with 2:16 remaining in the ballgame, 45-42, just a 3-point difference. Dax McCall out on the court making his point about this timeout. He's got to be feeling the communication's just not there right now.
Well, it's time to explain, game situation here for these young guys. You're up 3 points. If you're up 3 points with the ball, you don't have to shoot. You want a good open look or a layup. But if not, let's run clock. You're going to go to the line, which can be good or bad. I mean, at this
agreed
at this age, and run clock. You've got the lead. Rashad Carter going to come in, give him
Yeah,
another
I noted
ball
that as well.
handler.
Yeah, which makes some sense again.
Yeah.
And this is also that point in the game where you may start the offense-defense swap outs here.
Absolutely. And you begin to think in terms of possessions. You're up one possession right now at 45-42.
Lorain High will have the ball. Volleyball line extended, the 9-foot line extended. They're still in the huddle over on the sideline waiting for that last buzzer to sound.
Okay,
Actually,
Coach.
Probably waiting for the official to come over and tap him on the shoulder.
Dax is looking for the top to his marker there. He came flying out of the huddle.
Ruiz will handle the inbounds and kind of want that calm player managing that inbounds pass. And the Titans really have 4 across the baseline and just handling the ball out top. It's Carter being beat up by Holloway. There's a double team that didn't help out too much. There's the 3 ball in the corner, rolls it off the rim, rebound, saved back in by Ruiz nicely. Pettis comes away with the ball.
That's 2 big offensive rebounds here, counting the free throw and a layup.
Ruiz along the baseline. Boy, you give him the layup, he's going to take it, and he did that. He's got 14 in the ball game. That was a big reverse layup.
Nice job, Dax McCall. Ran about 35 seconds worth of clock and got a layup.
Tough to beat that.
That's a productive timeout. And timeout for Bedford before the held ball.
It was close. And Dax McCall out halfway onto the court, coaching kids up immediately.
Well, you love this timeout as a coach because everything that you talked about in the last timeout, you just executed perfectly. Now you can reinforce that's the way to listen, fellas.
Yeah.
Because it was a great job. They got into their offense. Carter penetrated, kicked out for a wide-open 3. It didn't go. Ruiz saved the rebound inbounds, and they got it back to him, and he ended up with a reverse layup for 2. You can't do it any better than that. And then they got to tie up at the defensive end.
It works, and it keeps them up by 5 here with exactly a minute and a half remaining. Can you come up with a defensive stop? I guess the guy that I'd be looking for is that man right there in Holloway.
Now, you're not in the 1-and-1 yet, so you can pressure up a little bit more.
He'll take a 15-footer.
Short-armed.
Yeah, left that one well short. Rebound, Addis. Here comes Wade going the other way. Slows down when he gets to the wing. Gets absorbed a little bit of a bump without too much reaction into the lane. Bounce pass right side. Addis with a 15-footer. No. Ruiz rebound. May have gotten bumped on the putback. Long pass goes to Holloway. He'll lay it in.
The basket hanging benefited Bedford there.
It did.
It's when that ball got tipped out, Bedford had 2 guys behind everybody.
3-point ball game with 45 seconds remaining. Down toward the baseline, then kick it back out. Here's the concept. You don't have a layup. You don't need to take the shot. But going through the lane, puts it up. There's the layup for Wade. Can't quite hit that one. And a rebound is going to be collected by Britton, but he's going to get fouled by Addis, who I think
it's Wade.
Oh, was it Wade?
Frustration foul.
Gotcha. Okay.
He got to the basket. So 36 seconds, and it's not 1-and-1 yet, guys.
So it was just the 6th foul. If that was on Wade, well, I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
36 seconds.
As we've said all day, it's hard to tell from here. It was signaled with one hand. Let me put it that way.
There you go. Okay.
It was a single-digit player, so it was either Wade or Pettis.
There's the takeaway. That'll help things. Pettis right on the money. Big block at the other end. Ramir Barnes getting up and swatting that one away.
Game saver? I mean,
Maybe.
down 5 there.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than down 3.
Timeout being called for by Dax McCall. Took him a while to get anybody's attention. I believe he's going to have to go after the full timeout, right?
Yes.
Yep, it is. With 27 seconds remaining in the ball game, the Titans up by a 3 spot. All right, so I'm going to put you on the bench, Jay. What's the call here?
Well, you've got some out-of-bounds plays you've run all year, and you've worked on them at least one day a week, usually a pregame thing. So it's just reminding people to do their job and nobody freelance. Get the ball in bounds. That's the number one job of the guy that's out of bounds. Not get a layup, not, make a spectacular pass. Get it to somebody that's going to catch it, and then we'll worry about one thing at a time. Okay, and if we turn it over, you got to play. You would anticipate that Bedford with 3 timeouts will use one because they need 3. Now they don't need to go for a 3 right away.
Correct.
But right now it's with Wade out of bounds. Okay, they've got length on him.
Tough
nice find.
Yeah. Run off to the baseline, had Lorenzo there. Ruiz out top, and he's just looking to be fouled, and Bedford agreed. They'll help him out and put him in the line for a 1-and-1.
I think that Coach McCall is very happy with that. That's 5 fouls. Oh, maybe it's not.
Well, even
that's interesting.
Table's having problems communicating with the officials. It is a 1-and-1. I think we all knew it was a 1-and-1.
What's interesting is I just noticed there's only one scorekeeper at the table.
Yes. Well, there you go. That'll
That's
help.
the guy. Now it's a 2-possession game.
15 for Christian Ruiz. One more coming his way. Left it short.
But Addis has got it. A good
Kicks
decision,
it out.
Jacob
Absolutely.
Addis.
Kicks it out top. There's Ruiz along the baseline. Gets wrapped up. He'll go to the line for a couple. Okay, so he's a junior, a 16-year-old junior, but a junior nonetheless. Right. Goes in and makes that decision.
And that's just, that's an athletic familiarity. He's a junior didn't play football in the fall, but been a varsity football starter for 2 years. This is his 3rd year in the basketball program. And he didn't freak out when he caught the ball. And the big fundamental goes to the line and knocks down another one.
There you go. Well, exactly. Ruiz hits his first, has one more coming his way with 16 seconds on the clock. Yep, there you go.
Still 2-possession game.
17.
Doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency for Bedford.
Well, there's a long 3 ball. Holloway can't finish there. Addis comes down with the rebound, gets wrapped up.
Which is fine.
Smartly.
You've got the arrow.
Yep.
At 5.9, Lorain's going to come out of here with this one.
And
Lorenzo's hopping on 1 foot. I think he's got a leg cramp.
I hope that's it. Yeah.
Just subbed in.
Yeah. Titans have the length of the court to go with 5.9 seconds. I'd almost just let it fly going the other way.
Okay, what's the...
Yeah, I guess there's a little chat here. Carter's being beat
the
up
big fella.
There it is.
On the fly pattern.
Addis one dribble, gets it off to Ruiz, who thinks about a layup, then backs away, and that will wrap this one up. The Titans victorious 50-44 over the Bedford Bearcats, a team that was down 6 at the half, stormed back in that 3rd quarter, and then held on. Some shaky moments in that 4th quarter.
Down 6 to up 8 in the 3rd quarter.
That's the big one.
And then, Bedford closed it. They got within 2 points at 44-42, but they only scored 2 the rest of the way while Lorain had 6. And Lorain finished the game today.
Agreed, and that's a big part of JV development of teams. Those are the kinds of things you want to see those guys picking up now. Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things we want to make sure you watch out for, and Joe Bach will take care of this, he will get you lined up on the tournament. We'll keep talking about it. We'll all be talking about it. But when it comes out, Joe will let you know when the Titans are going to play, who they're going to play, and where.
The meeting is tomorrow. Facebook and Twitter, people.
Hold on. We'll get you up to speed, and Joe and the rest of the crew here, Jay and everybody. Yeah.
If you want the quickest information, get on Twitter right now and follow Jim Allen.
He'll know. Jim will know. There is absolutely no doubt about that. All right, so a couple good games today. Appreciate the opportunity, Jay, to work
Always
with you
fun.
and to work with Joe. Thank you so much. Certainly appreciate it. A lot of fun doing the freshman JV. Again, if you're tuning in looking for the varsity game, it's not happening.
Right. And while we're there, what else isn't happening is the Tuesday varsity game against Cleveland Central Catholic. That's already been canceled due to COVID issues in the Tri-C program.
And that's part of the challenge this year for coaches, for players, for athletic administrators. I know you're on the same email list that I'm on with Brian Corey, and I think sometimes they come out about 3 minutes apart, just kind of with updates. So that's part of the story this season as we work our way through COVID and all the challenges that it presents.
One thing I'll tell people is if you get a chance to see one of these games and look at the benches, Brian Corey and his staff do an excellent job with all these restrictions and social distancing. You'll see the chairs spread out. You'll see that each player for Lorain has a basket with his name on it, and he's got his own drink, and he's got his mask in there. And if you need to refill something, they've got the water jugs hooked up with a foot pump so you don't have to touch it. And you can fill your water and be clean. And then at the end of each game, and right now there's a cleaner down there, they'll spray down all the chairs on the bench before they put them away.
It's within 3 minutes after the end of the game, there's already folks out there making sure the place is clean and safe for the next time.
We went from the freshman game to the JV game in about 20 minutes today, and 15 of that was warm-up.
Yeah, and that included all the sanitation practices.
Right.
So tip of the cap to everybody involved with that. Again, thanks for letting me join you today. Jay, it was a lot of fun. Always enjoy working with you.
Pleasure.
Joe, thank you. And thank you to everybody out there for spending your afternoon with us. Again, a couple great games. More on the way on WLCS. Tune in. We'll keep you posted.